Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody, I'm Hasna Arianto with lesson number 119. I'm from Yogyakarta State University. And my friends, Ria Agustina Melananda and Humaidah Alghaziyah. It's good to be here today, and the title of our presentation today is about Fix Your Presentation with 21 Quick Tips. Are you joining with a presentation trend? Use these easy tricks to make your presentation more compelling and persuasive. Most of business presentations are ranged from boring to, well, just plain boring. I'm sure you have a few offenders within your own group, and it doesn't have to be this way though. Here are 21 ways to make certain that your presentation holds your audience interest and help them to make the decision you want them to make. Firstly, we want to talk about the preparation, the quick tips in the preparation. In the preparation, you can build a story. Presentation will be boring will you just get an information without any context or meaning. Instead of tell a story and make the audience as a main character. And next, you can keep it relevant. People only pay attention when the story of the message you deliver is relevant to them. And consider what the decision you want them to make and build an appropriate case. The third tips, you can cut your intro. A long introduction that describes yourself, your firm, your topic, and how you get there only bores people. Keep your intro down into a sentences or two, even for a long presentation. In addition, you can make an eye-opener. Start your presentation by revealing a shocking fact, surprising insight, and unique perspective that originally leads into your message and the decision you want to make. And you should make it short and sweet. When was the last time you heard someone complain about the presentation was too short? Make it half as long as you originally thought it should be, or even shorter. And the next, you should use the fact, but not generalities. Fuzzy concept reflect to fuzzy thinking. Support the argument, story, and message with a fact with that verifiable, quantifiable, memorable, and dramatic. That's all from me. The next material will be presented by Humaidah Alghaziyah.
First of all, my name is Humaidah Alghaziyah and my last student number is 118. In here, I will be continue our discussion. The next preparation tips is customize to its audience. When we want to present in front of many people, we have to know or get to know first our audience so that we can adapt to them. For example, you are going to bring a material in Islamic Buddhist school, but you don't wearing a hijab or Shari clothes. It usually make you look bad or not good. Next, simplify your graphic. People are usually lazy to looking at the complicated presentation graphic. Therefore, you have to use simple graphic and highlight the important data point to make them easier to read. Next, there will be keep background in the background. Fancy slide background, it only makes the viewer not focus on what points. So you have to use simple or one color or natural background. And the last will be don't get too fancy. If you want your audience to remember your message, the key is in the visual that you use. In almost all cases, the simpler are the better. And now we will move on to the presentation tips. The first will be check your equipment first. If you have to use PowerPoint or plan to show the video or something same, you have to check to make sure that the setting that actually work, like the projector, speaker, and etc. Next, speak to the audience. A good presenter should focus on their audience, not their slide or notes. Focusing on your audience will encourage them to focus on you and your message. Next, never read the slide. As we know, obviously, your audience can read, right? If you are reading slide, you are not just boring, but you are also insulting the intelligence on your audience in that room.
My name is Ria Agustina Melananda and my last student number is 113. The next way is don't skip around, such as skipping slides, going back to the previous slides, or sharing slides that don't really belong. If there are inappropriate slides, cut them out of the presentation first. And after that, leave the humor to the professionals. Unless you are really good at telling jokes, don't try to be a comedian. For example, in business presentation, polite ladder is the kiss of death. It means that you have to fit with the conditions. Then, avoid obvious wormholes. Every audience has hot buttons that instantly grab your attention and cause any discussion to halt. So, learn what they are and avoid them. The next is skip the jargon. Business buzzwords make you sound like an arrogant, crazy, or worst case, speaking in tongue. So eliminate those buzzwords both from your slides and from your vocabulary. And then make it timely. Schedule the presentation at the right time when the audience can pay attention, like the end of the day, before the lunch, and the day before a holiday. After that, prepare some questions. If you are going to have a Q&A session at the end of the presentation, be prepared to start by preparing 1 until 2 questions. And finally, have a separate handout. If there's any data that you want the audience to have, put it in a separate document. Don't use your slide deck as a data repository. To review, we discussed 21 ways to make compelling and persuasive presentations. This highlights the importance of clear and concise content in preparations, as well as engaging delivery when presenting. In terms of preparations, it's necessary to be clear and concise, keeping it relevant, using facts to support your points, and using simple, also readable visuals. Moreover, when presenting, it's important to emphasize the necessity of practicing in advance, making a contact with the audience, scheduling the presentation, and so on.
The conclusion is that by following these tricks, by following these ways, you can create a more compelling and persuasive presentation. And it also can help you to hold your audience interest and make the decision you want them to make. Maybe that's all from our presentation, and I'm sorry if we have mistakes from gesture and word. And thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.